What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have the Netherlands is a giant city. Really, not the Netherlands was a country. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and let's dive in.
The Netherlands is hiding something.
What's that? What's that?
You see a country that does everything right. Fantastic bike lanes, trains that work like metros, and parking garages that get millions of views.
It's awesome.
But the Dutch have a secret. The Netherlands is not a country. It's actually just a giant city. And that changes everything for how we should view it and compare it to others.
What you mean?
The Netherlands is the densest country in Europe. Wait,
Okay.
I know there's like two people in Monaco that'll get angry, so let me nuance it. The Netherlands is the densest real country in Europe.
Okay.
See, people are important because they're kind of nice. They make us laugh, love, and also make it easier to deal with the fact that we're all going to die after a cosmologically insignificant short life. But the best thing about people is that they make it a lot easier to build things. The more people you have on a piece of land, generally the more money you have on that land as well.
That makes
Put
sense.
people close together, and building gets better. Building a metro to a neighborhood of a city will cost less than building a new metro for every farm in the middle of nowhere. In dense urban areas, the cost of infrastructure is distributed among more people. The further you need to expand roads, the heavier the financial load. When people are separated, it becomes harder to share. Now we need our entirely owned supermarkets, hospitals, and schools. Now, density can only help us to a certain point, of course. It's not technically easier to lay a brand new train station in the middle of a city than in the middle of a field. But the main point stands.
I feel that.
When we have lots of people together, we need to build less infrastructure to satisfy each other. The more consumers means that more people pay, meaning that you pay less. Infrastructure costs per capita are the highest in low-density areas and the lowest in high-density areas. So when the world asks, why can't we have nice things like the Dutch, the answer is not just more bikes. The Netherlands is actually made up of two places.
So the next thing, so that's why, cause I'll be watching the Netherlands and I'll be videos, and I'll be like, bro, they got everything, like it be such innovation that I see, and like it blows my mind, and I always love it. But because of the density, it's cheaper for this infrastructure to get built and these metros, and you don't have to spread everything out. You can put it all in this area where there's so many people, so that's less money coming out of the pockets of more people rather than more money coming out of the pockets of less people. So they're able to enjoy all these luxuries. Okay.
The Randstad and everything else. The Randstad is a cluster of the Netherlands' main cities and covers around 20% of the surface area in the Netherlands, but it is home to around 45% of the population. That statistic is crucial. Almost half of the country lives in an area where the density is around 1,000 people per square kilometer. Half of the Dutch population lives in an area more dense than some of Europe's densest microstates, like San Marino or the Channel Islands. Compare the entire country's population density as well as the Randstad with the average density in the US, and the differences become even starker.
God dang.
Where the US's average density is around 30 people per square kilometer, in the Netherlands it's 500 across the country and around 1,000 in the Randstad. That's no small difference. In the Randstad alone, the Netherlands has a city density with practically half of its entire tax-paying population concentrated inside of it. So on the one hand, the Randstad is impressive. Dutch citizens can travel and afford infrastructure that brings them to all of its major...
In Dutch cities like Amsterdam, population's density is significantly higher than 1,000.
cities in like 2 hours via public transport. But on the other hand, it isn't that impressive when that same area is shown alongside the New York metropolitan area.
Okay.
Half of the Netherlands lives in a place that's built more like New York City than the United States. In terms of distance, the Randstad's individual major cities can be seen more like individual city districts themselves. Amsterdam, the business and financial district, Rotterdam,
Yes.
port and logistics, Den Haag, government and international justice, and then you have Utrecht. Nobody really knows what that city does anyway. The Netherlands' trains really are more like oversized, spacious metros. Even cities further away from the Randstad in the Netherlands are not that much further than the distance between Manhattan and the tip of Long Island.
Okay.
Now, we can interpret this two ways. Either the Netherlands is really small, or New York is just very large. But when we celebrate the Netherlands' world-class infrastructure, we should understand that things are made easier by the fact that it has a lot of people, and those people seem to not be that far away from each other. But the
I
Netherlands,
see.
with all of its beautiful
I
density,
see.
isn't perfect. Being a giant city also brings giant city problems. Even within the country, there are large public budget productions discussing whether the Netherlands is filled with too many people. The Netherlands may have a lot of bikes, but it also has the most personal cars per square kilometer, with the exception of Malta. Density may bring reduced per capita infrastructure costs, but density can also bring worse air quality. European
True.
cities have a dirty secret.
True.
Thanks in large part to denser living, few towns in Europe can match the air quality of similarly sized places in America. And the Netherlands is no exception. One of the densest places in Europe, the Netherlands has some of the highest rates of European children with traffic-induced asthma.
Oh,
Of course, there are
wow.
important caveats to this. The Netherlands has a massive seaport and airport, but the Randstad, with all of its beautiful interconnected features, like a giant dense city, remains one of the most polluted areas in Europe.
So when it comes to density inside of a city, country, place, you're gonna have your pros, right? You're gonna have your cheaper infrastructure. You're gonna have all these great innovative things about the place that the rest of the world doesn't really have. But it also comes with cons. You're gonna have worse air quality, and that many kids, or the highest percentage of kids, are what with traffic induced asthma. And so those are gonna be some cons that come with. So while there are pros, there are cons.
But density isn't the only thing that makes the Netherlands a giant city. It actually goes even deeper. Back in around 4000 BC, some humans noticed something. Land close to water, good. Food grow good in good mud. But Urk can't do everything on his own. Better Buruk put seed in mud, and Urk take food out mud, when mud turns seed into plant. Good. Now we have a lot of plant. Too much plant, but more food for Urk and Buruk. We build mud hut for Urk and Buruk children, and some get bigger mud hut. And to carry mud and plant to mud huts, we need water near plant. So we build more mud hut on water land flat. But Urk see problem. Too many Urk and Buruk child, not enough plant or good water land.
Oh.
Land dry, Urk angry, Urk have big thought. Urk change mud in water, and Urk can make more flat water land. Now more mud hut and more plant. Urk and Buruk die. Urk and Buruk child sad. Urk and Buruk parent time short. Child wish they spent more time. Tell Urk and Buruk parent they were loved. But time make Urk and Buruk child but time make Urk and Buruk child learn. Urk and Buruk child show love to gone parent by doing the same. Build more flat water land for more plant and mud hut. And their Urk and Buruk children do the same.
Yes.
Early civilizations were built on river valleys and great irrigation projects. They came with fertile land, provided easy transportation, food sources, and also fresh water. They were also built in valleys, which had a major advantage. They're flat. The Netherlands is not only dense like a major city, but the entire country is essentially a gigantic river valley,
Yes.
the place where urban development
Yes.
was born. It has some of the highest soil fertility in the world, partially inherited from its vast river system, and its intricate canal network provided easy transportation throughout its history, improved trade, and eliminated one of the biggest bottlenecks for good infrastructure in small but dense countries: a lack of resources. They're one of the flattest countries in the world, which helped remove a variable that produces high construction costs, variations in elevation. So when we look at the Netherlands, it's important to remember something. It has trams with the agility of taxis, windmills that work like house fans,
The agility
and neighborhoods
of
built for
taxis.
walking. But the Netherlands has a secret. Not a secret that other countries can't follow or copy. Many places should be built like the Netherlands, but choose instead not to. But to be like the Netherlands, it's important to be built like the Netherlands.
I feel
And the
that.
Netherlands is not built like a country.
Built like a
It's
city.
built like a giant city.
Yeah, I think one thing about the Netherlands also, yeah, it's built on all that water. You see all those riverlands, and they've just mastered the water. They're they're water benders. If the Avatar was a thing, they would be the water bending tribe because they've absolutely mastered how to build on it, how to make land where there was water. It's amazing, bro. It is absolutely amazing. But yeah, so the Netherlands is an incredible country with so many pros, but with anything in life, there's gonna be cons.
Designing and building cities requires a deep understanding of physics, maths, and geometry. Without this knowledge, Urk and Buruk would not have been able to build their mud huts. Luckily, we don't need to go out into the wild anymore to learn such concepts. Having access to brilliant,
So the rest of it's gonna be ad. I would love to hear what you guys think about this video. Do you guys see the Netherlands built as a giant city, or do you disagree with the video? Tell me why for both reasons. That was an incredible video, and I've never ever looked at it from that perspective. But I feel like that was enlightening. But that's all we got. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. I'll see y'all next time.